Hello YouTube, this is Dutchman Game 44 here, and today we are here to review SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bomb Review. Dang, that's a mouthful word to say. Okay, no, seriously though, I have pretty much have finished the game, at least my end of it. And now I want to review it. So, let's begin talking about it. Now, I was able to collect 84 golden spatulas because some spatulas were really hard to get. And some of those were from Mr. Krabs or Patrick, where you have to find sauce or get signing objects, which I was not going to take that forever. But I have to admit, it was really a lot of fun with the new game. But surprisingly, there were glitches in it. All the way back in the beginning, when I first played the game in the intro, when Patrick was talking and when SpongeBob was doing "I declare tomorrow will be the best day ever," the intro actually had a weird glitch where basically the models were actually off or something. That was kind of weird, but nonetheless, it was still great. It actually did look really nice and everything. I did not really like the shadow looking form, but it did at least look good. Now, besides all that, when we got into the actual game, I was able to go around playing. It felt really normal, but they did have differences. Really, you were able to bounce on the couch or sofa, but they actually now bounce instead of having it look exactly the same. When you get to the door, you could actually reopen it if you want, again and again, just for the fun of it. I have found out a lot of other stuff with this. It was really actually kind of fun. Now, besides that, when we got into the main menu, must admit, it really wasn't that great as the original, but I can see what they were doing. Now, in the hub world, everything seemed to really be okay. Everything was pretty good. I was kind of disappointed a little bit, but at the same time, it was understandable. So we were in Patrick's house, not really got expanded or anything inside. But then again, I'm happy with what we really got. For real, it was really great seeing how everything looked upgraded. Anyway, when we got into jellyfishing fields, really, I was going around seeing how everything worked. It really kind of felt like being in the trailer, except with all upgraded effects, because in the back when the trailer first came out, the original idea was having a sunset theme and everything, which, to be honest, I kind of do like that daytime more better instead of sunset. But hey, I was willing to give the sunset thing a try. Now, nonetheless, they had different type of effects with the whole entire cage opening, things and everything. It was actually kind of interesting. Shocks. The robots were definitely great looking. They made the tartar sauce robot look way more serious instead of goofy in the original, which is the way I definitely like. You could say he got an upgrade. He got some upgrades over 17 years ago. Now, besides all that, when we move in, really, the jellyfishing boss was like way more faster than the original though. It was actually though really great to see how the game went through. Now, after jellyfishing fields, we went to downtown Bikini Bomb, which I love how it looks, to be honest. I love how they did with the big cannon, where they had hills and mountains, so it didn't look like a flatland world and everything before. Plus, throughout the whole entire town, there was a bunch of boats and everything knocked over. It was actually really great. And, of course, one of those boats that had the steering wheel on top of it, if you know which one I'm talking about, where basically where Sandy would usually jump over to go get it when she's doing all the ramps, it's basically, if you actually do go on it, it actually, or at least get on the side of it, it would actually tip over. It was actually kind of interesting to see that. Now, as we got in, the one thing I had problems with the downtown Bikini Bottom level was with Sandy going on the Texas signs, where basically I didn't realize this, but now in this game, you actually have to hold on to the button, and it took me some time to actually get used to, and really kind of mess up some parts of the gameplay. But really, I was able to get used to it by the time the next time we were able to play Sandy in another level, so that was fine and everything. The sponge, when we went to the scene, there was this weird glitch where you were able to actually go up way more higher than the original, where basically, when you come right back up, you actually pretty much got way back up again, way more higher, and I was even able to jump into the window with doing the bungee jump thing. And I was trying to get out, and I was actually stuck, and one time I actually had to press get out of the bungee jump and re-jump out, when technically I just pretty much was already in. That was kind of interesting. Now, nonetheless, that was a glitch and everything. something in the. But still, it was a lot of fun doing a bunch of them. Of course, it seems like it kind of got more harder because, like, when I pressed to go down faster, it kind of looked like it didn't really do that. But nonetheless, I was able to beat the sea needle and everything. Nightmare. When after that, I didn't actually went to Lagoon first. I actually went to do the boss level, and then I actually look around. I did Sandy's level where basically she actually went around where we had to clean up the robots, but surprisingly, it was way more faster than the original. After that, I went to the Lagoon, which it was definitely beautiful. And I have to admit, I definitely did enjoy collecting all the socks and everything. I love the cave and everything. I actually thought it was very beautiful in there, the way how they had all the effects. And really, the whole entire layout of the game was just of Blue Lagoon was just actually better looking, better graphic looking, and really, it just looked good. I like it. Now, after Blue Lagoon, we pretty much did have. Let's see here, which level did I play again? Oh yeah, I went to the whole entire. I went to Sand Mountain, but since I was low on silences, I went to Rock Bottom, which Rock Bottom was really fun and interesting. It was actually really fun going around seeing how the new update looking and everything looks. I love the museum and everything, where definitely they had a bunch of new different looks. It definitely did not look like the original at all. Like, they kept the same layout, but they had so much new art and everything in it. I definitely like it. Then after that, we went to Sand Mountain, which that was really fun. I went to the Murmur Lair, and it was actually, though, interesting. I loved seeing the upgrade version of Prawn. Now, I don't know if there was a glitch though or not, but at the end of the boss level after I went in, when I went closer, there was no ice coaster. Could have been possibly a glitch though, where basically we were not allowed to see Prawn. But still, nonetheless, there was no Prawn there at the end of the boss level, frozen. Anyway, at the end of that, we went to the whole entire world where we went to do the boss level. Patrick was actually really easy, but I died a few times in the middle when we were in Sandy's part. And I have to admit, it was really though, but it seemed quick, but it did not seem that menacing. But really, it was still hard. But it did got easier as surprising goes on, because Patrick kept going in the exact same spot over and over. Now, nonetheless, when we go to the last 3 levels, I first went to the Kelp Forest, which it was kind of really fun. I loved seeing how it was very dark, but really, it actually really looked light up, but beautiful looking. But keeping a dark atmosphere, it looked nice. I love seeing all the particle effects throughout all the levels. It was really great. I kind of stopped though by the time we got to the cave, though. I did try to go further, but then I couldn't stand keep going back and forth thing. But I was able to get most of the signing objects there. It was definitely a lot of fun. I was able to complete Mrs. Puff's task and everything. After that, I went to the Flying Dutchman's graveyard, which, to be honest, the Flying Dutchman's graveyard was really surprisingly kind of easy. I was actually shocked. I mean, I didn't play the original in over a few years because my PlayStation 2 broke and everything. And that was over like 7 or 8 years? Dang. Or maybe a little less, but still, nonetheless, it was around that time. Now, what happened was with the Flying Dutchman's graveyard, when I thought we were getting to the second part of the level, where we basically had to do the wall jumping, I was actually generally surprised. Like, first we went to the very simple one, that was easy, of course, but then we got to the one that did not have no floor, but that was surprisingly easy as well, but it was way more faster. But then when we got to the flags, I cannot believe it. I literally was able to actually not die once from going. I thought I was going to keep constantly fall down over and over, saying to myself, how long is this going to take like I did in the original? It took me so many times to win. Yeah, for real, I was stressing out in the original game, but surprisingly, it only took me one try, and I did not die once, and then I went to that, and wow, I actually was able to go up the whole entire way. It was really fun. Now, besides all that, it was able to go to the next level, which, because of me not struggling with the whole entire, have to wait with the flags and the whole entire, whatever the last jumping upstairs thing was, it was actually really fast than the original game. Now, the Flying Dutchman and the robots, that was fun. I did the Flying Dutchman boss level. It was also great as well. After that, we went to the Dream World. I actually went all the way to Patrick's Dream first, and then I went to Mr. Krabs' Dream next, then Squidward's, and then I did Sandy's last. Yeah, I know, surprising. I went all the way to the first dream. By doing that, you know how I did. I had to going to all those shiny objects, which it was really hard with Sandy's because with Sandy's you didn't got to see on the bottom. You were only able to look only to the side when the front view instead of looking down. It was really tricky to do actually. You had to time everything right, make sure you were actually going to hit the trampoline. But nonetheless, I was able to get through all that, and all the boss levels were really fun. I love doing the Sandy's Dream level, seeing how all the upgrade effects, and I must admit, Sandy's Dream was actually really beautiful. Patrick, I was kind of disappointed, but I did find out about the new concept thing they did there. But then again, it really was not surprising since they did say they were trying to keep to the original. So nonetheless, that's it. With that, at long last, I did collect like over 7 of Patrick's spatulas. I collected over 4 golden spatulas from Mr. Krabs. After all that, I decided it was finally about time for me to go to the chum bucket. And dang, this SpongeBob boss was absolutely creepy. When SpongeBob did karate, he made this really creepy face. It actually looked way more creepier than the original completely. The dark eyes matched everything. And it was amazing. Creepy, I love it. But nonetheless, after all that, we were done. It was actually way more faster to go with this, surprisingly. Like I did with all the other boss levels, even the small ones were way more quicker to finish than the original. Now granted, it was still hard, but the plankton balls was definitely a better fix. They gave you a little time before he would actually start attacking, but you were actually now able to jump and hit him if you wanted to. Now, besides all that, when we went inside, it was really fun to go see what he looked like. The SpongeBob robot boss inside, like there was mix of blues, greens. Mix of blues, but there were more gears. The thing looked way more like it was actually a machine. It was more films to empty hollow. I definitely like it. Now, nonetheless, at the end, we finally completed, and I had 84 golden spatulas. Which, it was amazing. It took me 2 days to actually play the game. One when it first released, and actually... Oh wait, no it didn't. Sorry guys, I actually got that messed up. I actually got it when it first came out. A few hours before it did on pre-order. 3 hours later, I was actually able to get it. I played for a few hours and then took a break and then played the rest in the middle of the night. Now, besides all that, is that technically could count as 2 days if you count the first and second. Okay, no, seriously, after that I was able to go to the whole entire Sponge Bowl thing, where basically we're in that ping pong machine thing. It was really fun. Now, nonetheless, let's talk about the rest of the things about this. Okay, now that we're done with all that, let's get started with talking about what I think about this game. First of all, I think the game is definitely good as the original, if not better. But I will admit, I did find some glitches which I was surprised. I was kind of surprised in myself seeing that I was able to notice that there was a glitch in the actual intro my very first time playing it, which, to be honest, that was surprising. But nonetheless, I did find some other glitches, like I already mentioned in the reviews, like I said, which I was kind of like in a way disappointed that I was able to find these glitches on my first time playing. But then again, these glitches were really not a big deal. They probably were just an accident and everything. But still, they were actually kind of funny. I did like it. Besides all that, the graphics I definitely love. I love the art style and everything they choose to do with this game. It was definitely 10 out of 10. Well, 9 out of 10. There were some I did not like, but I definitely mostly love it all go together. And to be honest, if I have to pretty much rate this game, I would have to say 9 out of 10. Just for a few things I just didn't like, but really, the stuff game, it was just really fun and great. Even though it was just pretty much copying the exact same game, it was definitely really fun. I like it. Anyway, I hope you all did enjoy this review. This is Dutchman Game 34, signing out. Until then, I'll see you all later. Bye!